Ray, hope you are feeling better. Hi Ray, hope you are feeling better.
Hello there, right here. Welcome everyone to our Saturday, May 13th stream. I didn't stream yesterday, which is Friday. Sustained a injury while hiking. It was just a bit too much pain. Feeling better today, but still in a bit of pain. Who else got in the chat? Mike is bright is here, first time chatter. Welcome in. We also got Ethanol here. Great to see some new faces. Apex is back. Says, hey Ray. I don't remember me, but I play on Ray's Grid. Server thingy with like every other block missing. Yes, I do recall you. Welcome back. We're actually getting close to finishing the Ray's Grid series. Hopefully we can work on that this Sunday. All goes well. Relman is hey, welcome in. How's everybody doing? If you guys are new to stream, be sure to hit the follow button. Little heart just underneath the stream. That way you guys count as a follower and you get some free emotes you can spam the chat with. We also got first time chatter, game mode, aka 21. How you doing? It says helping raise points for the Auto Dragon Farm. Yes, thanks everybody contributing to the community challenge. And of course, a THK coming in with...
Hi Ray, hope you are feeling better.
250 biddies, THK. Thank you so much. How you doing yourself? I am feeling a little bit better. Just the pain was in my legs, so I couldn't really stand up and I couldn't really sit. But I'm sitting now. There's just a bad infection that happened afterwards. I got injured. But hopefully I can get through that without having to go to the doctor. Thank you so much, THK. Appreciate that. You guys are all doing well. Yeah, I skipped out Friday stream. I had an injury, but then it just got worse over time. I got infected. So I had to take care of that and kind of froze up my leg. Sylv is here. We also got Babs. Somebody great familiar faces. You hear the trapdoor? Indeed. A fish farm. Oh yeah, private message. Oh, what did I do with my water? I think I left my water. Grab that. Hey Swordman. Says, sup? Glad to catch one of your streams. Welcome in. We'll be starting it just in a second. Just have to write some messages, letting everybody know that we are currently streaming. I sent an announcement onto my community tab as well as my YouTube. Or I mean my Twitter. Still says, what's the plan for today? I guess I can write it out in chat. Oh, Ocelot's back in the chat. Yeah, it's a staph infection. Yeah. Let's see, what was it doing again? Oh yeah, writing a message out. Recording new 1.20 AFK Fish Farm tutorial for upcoming YouTube video. Exclamation mark farm. For all farms in Pennsylvania. DHK says, good, glad you're okay. I'm not bad, says DHK. Preparing to go out, get some supplies for the chicken coop. Oh yeah. Yeah, you were telling me about that. How you said, gonna try to build the chicken coop. I wonder, is the chicken coop like the ones that are up on legs? Is that how you're planning to do yours? Your stream popped up on my phone and I wanted to check in. Oh, thanks for checking in. Okay, I'm gonna grab my water and then we'll get the stream going. Alrighty. think we are good to go. Let everybody know that we are streaming. The pin message should let everybody know what's going on. Oh yeah, it looks like it's working. Cool. Thanks for the drink up, Sylv. So, we worked on this Wednesday. And since Wednesday, I have been running this in the background of my computer. Added a few more comparator onto this thing. I think I'm going to make it a little bit more clear in this video about how you should run farm. Because it's important, like, to only build this piece if you're not a single player or if you're having trouble multiplayer. This piece isn't normally needed. So, the objective today is in the pin message. Wait, did I not? Oh, maybe I forgot to pin it. Did I? What did I do? Oh, okay, I just forgot to pin it. No, it's in the pin. Yeah, so we're hoping to record the video on how to build this. Shouldn't be too difficult, but I also want to point out different things along the way. I wonder if I could probably switch this out with a block. Just put redstone on top of it, right? Oh no, because it goes up there. Okay. Makes a loop. Okay. I was just trying to see if there's a way to get around using that target block. Oh, and also I knocked off. I had some slabs. Are they here? Oh, they're right there. Transparent block. No, the power has to go into this block to activate this. Redstone does. That's kind of what we did Wednesday, was we compacted this. Not as compact as I wanted to get it. I guess the main thing I should have compacted was just this half of it, and this half, because it's not going to be built as often, didn't really have to be as compact. This isn't bad. I mean, essentially, just one piece that's out of it. We can also point these hoppers destruction items over here. Okay, I'm gonna say this in a structure block. couple more blocks. Hey Echo, this new fish farm, yay! I'm excited. It has some more positive kind of positive abilities, I guess, that the other fish farm doesn't have. Should be a little bit easier to build. Okay, so I think I want to take maybe some screenshot. The problem is I could build this without a screenshot, but I wouldn't be able to build it from the bottom up. The thing you have to remember is like people in survival are gonna wonder, like, you know, how do you build it while being a survival kind of thing? Check my video settings. It's there. Loud. It's fine. Okay. I'll open those up. Let's go to a new world. I think I'm gonna do maybe a practice run. Oh, what are... Oh yeah, this is the dragon. These were... No, what was this? Oh, this was moving the gateway portal. And then this was... Oh, this is more stuff to do with moving gateway portal. Okay. I think we can delete these. If I don't delete them now, I'll probably forget. Here's the little pictures. Those over here. And do I need all of them? Notice I've opened up 2 Minecrafts. Kind of makes my recording a little bit slower. I'll try not to do that. Is that what Windows 7 looks like, those things? I don't know. I think we delete these. This is where we're testing out the dragon thing. And we did make... we did re-upload a new version of the dragon, the gateway portal moving device. I think I'll just open a new world, maybe. I probably won't use this as a world download. I'll remove it. And I'll give the original world with all the farms. Hopefully, I wasn't able to get a video out this Friday. I'm still expecting to go for a Raise Grid episode this Sunday. Upcoming Sunday, tomorrow. And then hopefully this AFK Fish Farm video comes out Saturday. Oh, there's copper right there. I get early game copper. Could do it in a cold biome.
Hello.
Heyo.
Hello, Ray.
How goes it? Reset sub goal. I think the sub goal, yeah, we might up it a bit. King Vito is trying to understand why people would want a new boss. Would you either? Why? What do you guys think? Do you guys think we should have a new boss in Minecraft? 1, 2, 3.
Ray, I heard you get injured. Get well.
Yeah. I'm still like trying to get over the injury, but feeling better today. Thanks everybody that messaged me about that. I'm gonna try to find a warmer biome. Yeah, it's kind of a silly injury. What the? That's actually a really big structure. Really stood out there. There's one of those circle rooms. Okay, let's find a plains. Oops. Thank you, disallowed. Oh, I found a plains and a village at the same time. Well, it's a snow village, but it comes into the plains. Happened you that caused you to get I got like kind of like stabbed by a cactus, which I didn't think was a big deal. Like when I wash it off with soap and everything, but then I get staph infection. And since there was like so many cactus bricks, it was like 100 staph infections all across my leg. So I have to. Staph infection is like bacteria that gets underneath your skin and then it starts multiplying. Have to watch it, make sure it doesn't spread because it can get into your bloodstream and then it would kill you. This is a good spot to build it. Cactus has staph. No, it wasn't that. It's like apparently staph infection, which is bacteria, is like normal to be on your body at all times. So it's like not unusual that the staph was already on my skin, but then the cactus pushes it beyond your skin. And like once it gets past your skin barrier, then it starts having problems. Like your system can't really handle it so well. Kind of strange. Like it's fine outside of your skin, but once it gets underneath your skin, then it starts multiplying. Okay, I think this is good spot, isn't he? Went to the doctor? No, I didn't go to the doctor. Oh, that's only too deep progress. Nah, I try to avoid going to doctor if possible. Just try to find a spot that's 4 deep worth of dirt. Why didn't go to the doctor? Because a lot of times you just take care of yourself. I mean, if I couldn't figure out what type of problem it was, then I would go to doctor. But I'm pretty sure it's a staph infection. If it continues to be a problem, then I'll go to the doctor. Okay. So this is where I have to kind of figure out how I'm going to do the tutorial. So the actual farm is 5x5 water. Then the outside of it is gonna be the dirt. You have to have antibiotics. You can't get them yourself, right? You can have antibiotic ointments. I have antibiotic ointments and I also have antibiotic pills from previous injuries. I haven't took the antibiotic pills because I think I can get rid of it with just the ointment. Where the heck is that pig going? Traveling pig. So the initial hole is going to be 5x5. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Majority of it's 4 deep, so it should fit. Trying to think of, I should probably do some of this. Some of this in survival and some of it in creative. So if it's centered here, you two out this way, two out that way. I think this will work pretty good. And then I just want a little area, maybe. I want to tell people that they can cover the edges so that they can't shoot at them like a skeleton. People can't get them. Okay, I think I'm ready to record. Got my little pictures. I'm gonna go close my door. Okay, we're ready to record. It says be careful not to create resistance and not to destroy too much of your microbial microbiota. Yeah, I think that's mainly from the pills you take. Like if you take antibiotic pills, then you're supposed to take probiotic pills to replenish the bacteria that you killed off by taking the antibiotic. That's why a lot of times they don't recommend, taking antibiotic pills. But the cream is the antibacterial cream that isn't going into your system. So it'll kill bacteria on the outside, but it's not gonna kill your gut bacteria. That's the main thing. Be careful. I'll give this a try. How's my audio sound? Sound good? Oh, let me do this. We don't want nighttime coming on. Whoops. There. Anything else we want? I guess we should be able to make the chat small. That way it's not so big. Push record. You can build this farm pretty much anywhere. I'm going to go ahead and build it here in the ground because that's just the easiest to do. What we're going to do is dig out from the center out total of 2 blocks in each of the cardinal directions. Then we're going to dig out this entire 5x5 area, a total of 4 blocks down. Typically, any area where you dig where there's dirt like this, there's typically about 4 layers of dirt, so it should be easy to go through just by having a shovel. So now it should look like this. Okay, so I can see there's already stone coming up on that side. What I'll probably do is make sure to dig this way for the rest of it. The majority that's outside is hanging off of this side over here. Or this is mostly underneath the farm, I believe. The overlay won't appear on the video. Correct. Let me also fix it so you guys can see. Yeah, so I'm streaming and I'm also recording. So the recording part is just recording this, my computer screen. It's not recording any overlays. No, I have the controller. Now you can see my controller moving. So I dig down 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be pretty good. And the very center is going to be the skull extensor. I have to figure out which side. I put the skull extensor. I'll also grab some wool. Calibrate skull extensor. We also need furnace, comparator. Could probably do the rest in creative. The idea is center we're gonna have the wool. And this is gonna be red on the backside. That means over there is gonna be the clock. Majority of redstone's gonna be over here. Maybe I should put it over here. Okay, if it's this way, the clock's gonna be over there. The reset system's gonna be over here. And over here is gonna be the storage. Wait. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, let's record the next bit. Next up, we're going to place in the redstone. In the very center here is where we're going to have our calibrated skulk sensor. So this thing can listen to vibrations up to 16 blocks away, so if you're afraid that there's a cave underneath and it might listen to something underneath, you might as well go ahead and place a wool underneath so it doesn't end up hearing a zombie walking around. Now we're going to program this calibrated skulk sensor to only listen to a very specific vibration. This is done by having the comparator point into the side that has a little amethyst coloring coming out of it. And then we're going to have a furnace behind that. I forget how many items are in that. It's supposed to be a signal strength of 4. $16 blocks. What did I say? Did I say out 16 blocks or something? Hey, Dayton. Daytonator. Full name. Oh, it is 16 blocks in here too. It says, I'm a big fan of your YouTube channel. Have a long time subscriber. I just wanted to drop by and say I hope you have a great day and a great stream. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Dayton, for hopping in. If you guys are new to the stream, be sure to hit the follow button. Help us get to our follower goal of 50,000 followers here on Twitch. So this is what we're trying to build up. We got this part down. A lot of these blocks I placed down, we don't have to place them down because they're already part of the farm. Okay, put 16 in there, and then we gotta do wool all the way around it. Oh, then we gotta place in this piston. Going off that direction. Besides that, everything else is kind of above it. Oh, that piston's also below it. Okay, let's go back to our world. Okay, we'll record this now. So by putting in 16 blocks here in the furnace, we're going to put a redstone signal of 2 into this. That means the skulk sensor will not hear anything except for things that hit the... Which means the skulk sensor will only listen to things that drop on the ground. Which means the skulk sensor only listens to things that drop on the ground.
What is the last thing you can remember?
I don't know.
So once this thing hears our bobber making a noise, we want it to go into a sticky piston here, which is going to move this observer, which is going to send power to over here. This is going to put power into this solid block right here. And then from there, the redstone signal is going to go two directions. It's going to go this way through a repeater on 2 redstone ticks. And a repeater going out this way, that's on the full 4 delay. This is going to go into a solid block, and then we're going to remove some more of these blocks over here, where it's going to go into a redstone dust over there, and then into 2 repeaters on full delay, one there and one here. These 2 repeaters are then going to go over and power this piston right here. Which is going to put a signal through this block. That block is then going to be red, which is going to create a shorter delay. Where it's going to push its redstone signals into a solid block, and then it's going to go into this redstone as well as this redstone dust, which will connect these 2 systems together. So when the skulk sensor hears something landing, well, the skulk sensor hears something landing, it's going to power this, and then after a short delay, it's going to power this again. Both these signals are going to go into this target block, which will put its signal into this torch. The torch will put its power into the solid block here. which is going to go to turning this trapdoor on and off. Which is going to be used to make this trapdoor flicker. Okay, how well are we doing right now? I think we're doing pretty good. Sylv says, the bee was flying on range of the skulk sensor, making me laugh. Yeah, I seen that earlier. I was like, what in the world is activating the skulk sensor? Look over, there's a bee. Thanks for following, Raymond. So did we get everything on this layer besides the clock that goes over here? I guess we could put the wool in. Do that. I put wool pretty much on all the sides. I think I just top. And then, oh yeah, the soul sand. Hey Abos says hello. How's your day going? My day is not too bad. Try and stay mostly rested because I got injured. But how is your day? How's everyone else's day in chat doing? Uh-oh. Now it's a cow. Oh. I thought I was walking that I heard, but it's actually jumping that I hears. Well, it'll be mostly encased in wool, so it should pretty much resolve all those problems. So now it looks like this, and next up we don't want the skulk sensor to hear anybody hopping about. We're going to go ahead and encase it in wool on these two sides like this, as well as on this side. And we're going to cover up this as well as this, and we're going to bring up these three sides. So it's just like so. And then we're going to top it off by putting our soul sand. Now, next up we have to put in a floor so the water won't flow down into our redstone down below. The reason why we have a 5x5 area is because we need 5x5 worth of water. In order to get treasure loot from fishing. So to put in the water, we just need to put one every other one, just like so. And then do every other one on this side, and that's going to fill in this whole thing with water. We need to do 2 layers of water as well in order to get treasure loot. We need to do 2 layers of water in order to get treasure loot as well. It all has to be water sources. Notice that the soul sand produced the bubble columns here, but that's still technically water source, so it works. Okay, I might put the water in a bit early. I still gotta put the chest. I guess the chests are on the outside. I said, I have to put the bed in here. So I place blocks here. That actually might work. I wonder why I didn't do that before. I'll use this to line the player up. Just trying to see how wide the bobber is. I think I might do it this way. That way people can't really mess it up. Just go in here like this. Forward, stand up, AFK. Oh, I did forget to put the chest down there. That shouldn't be too hard to reach. I guess we do that next. So, we have a chest down there. Ooh, everybody contributing to the community challenge. Chest. Down here. Move these 2 blocks. Place in a chest. Actually, the chest goes. That block needs to be switched out. Anything else I missed? The loot collection is going to be under this bed. Move that, and then we'll put some chests over here. I think I can do that from up here. This is all the redstone. And that's all the redstone that's needed. Now the player will be AFKing around this area here. The trapdoor will... Now the player will be AFKing around this area here. The trapdoor will flicker to let the player pull and reel in. And the trapdoor flickering will let the player reel out and reel in their fishing rod. But the player needs to click onto something, and rather than using signs, because 1.20 signs need to have wax on them, it's actually cheaper just to come in and place in a double chest right here. And to stop the player from clicking inside of it, if we just place a solid block right here, you no longer will be able to click inside of it. And instead, you'll no longer be able to click inside of it. Instead, you'll sit here and just right click you'll no longer be able to right click and open up the chest, which is exactly what we want.
not sure about that, but I have to have it posted.
The new call is soon possible.
Anyway, give me a bit.
But from up here, we can't actually click on the chest because they're too far away. What we're going to do is place in a block that's a little bit lower. The player can click on the chest, yet be not too close to the chest that when they reel out, the bobber would end up falling in this hole. This is the perfect location for the bobber where the player can right click on the chest The bed is the perfect height so the player can reach the chest. The bed is the perfect height so the player can continue to right click on the chest here. While at the same time, when we reel the fishing rod back out again, the bobber doesn't actually fall down this little hole. But as the player fishes up items, they'll eventually fill up their whole inventory with items. So we need a collection system. What we're going to do is we're going to knock out this block right here. This will cause the water source that's just underneath of it to be flowing. As you can see, if I stand here, it pulls me inward. So it's going to pull all the items over there. And over there, we're going to have a hopper that's going to point into a chest. And once items end up over here, we can easily pick them up with this hopper here, while not interfering with our 5x5 too deep water. Now we come on the backside here, remove these blocks like now we come on the backside over here and remove these blocks like this. And place in our storage. You can put as much storage as you want. That way, whenever you catch a fish, you can easily access it. Okay, that's pretty good. Doing pretty good so far. Currently looks cheaper than my previous design just because we use the majority of the natural blocks. Hopefully that flowing water doesn't interfere with it. Let me try, I want to see what happens if we place some blocks like this. If I wanted to go AFK this farm, I would go like this. And I stand. Oh, that's why I didn't put blocks there. Because when you touch the blocks, it automatically makes you jump. I was wondering why I didn't do that. Well, I kind of tested that before. Can I remember that? Okay, so we won't put this box in. I don't think that flowing water will interfere with anything else we have going on. I remove that. Now I have to put the boats in. Hello, Bumblebee. I think that's what's next. Get all this. Change this up a little bit to make it a little bit easier to access. Take the boats next. I might just show maybe a more jankier way of putting the boats in. I think we said we definitely want to put the boats on the side. Oh yeah, I definitely want to put them on this side too, because this is the side the players can be on. This will encourage players to get the proper boat placement. Okay, so we need a chain, which is functional. We also need a triple A. And 2 boats. Under ability. Okay, I think we're ready. At the moment, the fish farm kind of works. The problem is the bobber oftentimes will maybe accident. The problem is the bobber will sometimes activate the skulk sensor just by hitting the surface. We can actually make this more consistent by placing in some boats. We're going to come over here to this side. And in the center here, we're going to knock out this block and place in a chain like so. And we're going to knock out this block and place in a pressure plate. Now we're going to place a boat on top of this block. Make sure the boat is not going to fall into the water once we remove this block as well as this block. It has to be completely on top of the chain. From here we can go ahead and hop into it and we can drive it against this grass block over here a little bit and then drive it out into the water a little bit. You could we want to slowly move the boat. We can do this by not actually pushing forward, but pushing side to side. You see the boat actually creeps forward by doing this. And we just want the boat to be somewhat close to the edge of the chain there, which is also the edge of this block. So you can see it sort of clips it. Doesn't have to be perfect. That's pretty good right there. We'll place another block here and we'll place another boat on top of that. And once again, we'll drop this boat on top of that boat. Now we'll ride this boat. Once again, we will move this boat out to the edge of the previous boat. What we're trying to do is get our boats to hang over top of the bubble column in the center without actually putting any blocks in this area, because the game checks two blocks above the AFK Fish Farm to make sure there's no blocks. Otherwise, you won't get treasure loot. It's important not to put anything else out here. And once you get to the edge here, like so, just go ahead and crouch out of it. And then make sure not to bump the boats from there on. Okay, I think we did pretty good there. I think that was just easier to explain to people than telling people to push them up against walls and stuff. So now I'm going to tell people if they're afraid something's going to bump them to put in some fences. Now if you're afraid some animal is going to come by and push the boats, or if some skeleton's going to come by and shoot at you while you're AFK, you can come around and place in fences all the way around your entire farm. Because wandering traders can also like spawn, or phantoms could spawn, and they could come in and bump the boats here. Look at that pig. He tried to get in here. And then make the fence one higher if you are afraid of skeletons attacking you while AFK fishing. I'm going to go ahead and place in a nice little gate. This is how you can get into the farm. Okay, so what's next? Oh yeah, we should talk about phantoms. Now that we're on the subject of phantoms. But you could get phantoms to spawn in. But you could get. But while AFKing, you could get phantoms to spawn up in the air. If your player has access to the sky, we can fix this just by coming in and placing some slabs in just like so. Now when you go AFK, now you'll be safe. Now you'll be under some solid blocks. Now you'll be under some sky access blocking blocks. Now you won't have sky access reaching your player and won't get phantoms to spawn. So to run this farm, what you want to do is stand on this bed here, go ahead and crouch, and then walk out to the edge of this bed. Then you're going to line your little pointer at the end of. Then you're going to line your little pointer just on the edge of this trapdoor here. And when you want to start the farm, you crouch and just click one time. What this does is it lets the bobber go over there, get picked up by the bubble columns, and get placed underneath of the boats there. And this will hold it in a perfect location where it's barely touching the water, but it's also not bobbing on top of it. So anytime there's actually fish that pulls on it, it makes the water splash, and that's what the skulk sensor is listening to. Listening to stuff land either on water or it's listening to stuff land either on water or land or ground. So you'll be standing on the very tip of this. This is what it looks like where your player will be standing on the very edge of this bed here. And that way you're close enough to the center of the farm that when you send the bobber out, it gets underneath of the bubble columns. And you're close enough, and we're standing a little bit to the left-hand side because our boat is a little bit to the left-hand side. Now it's time to actually do your true AFKing. All you have to do is hold down the right click button, and you can see what happens is the trapdoor flickers twice. So as soon as something bites on your bobber, activates that skulk sensor, it activates the calibrated skulk sensor, which will activate the trapdoor one time, then it'll go through a little bit of delay and activate it a second time. The first time activates lets you pull in the rod. First time activates lets you pull in the bobber with the fish on it, and then the second time activates lets you throw it back out again. Now, if you don't want the loot to end up in your inventory, just go ahead and fill it up with something else ahead of time. So when you do pull in an item, what happens is it stays in the water, then it ends up getting in that little bit of flowing water here, gets pulled over to this hopper, gets picked up, and placed into the chest. I had to put in a little bit, I purposely put in a little bit of delay between the trapdoor opening once and the second time. That way the player wouldn't throw the fishing rod outwards and the bobber would end up catching the item that's coming towards them, rather than sending the bobber back out again. So if you want to AFK now without actually holding down your mouse button, this can also be done in Java Edition just by first holding down the right click mouse button and then pressing F3 plus T at the same time. Then pressing F3 plus T, and then when this screen pops up, release your right click mouse button. And now you can see, even though I'm not holding any buttons down, the player is continuing to right click. At this point, you can also do Alt plus Tab if you have the pause turned off. If you have the game pausing turned off, which allow you to actually take your mouse and which will allow you to use your mouse on other programs on your computer while you're AFK fishing at the exact same time. And at any point, if you want to stop AFK fishing, all you do is right click on your Minecraft client and you regained access. Is there anything else I should pay attention to? Maybe a lightning rod? Trying to think of things that would hurt the player. I guess it's probably under, yeah, functional blocks. Or no, I guess it's redstone. And if you don't want to get struck by lightning while AFKing, you can just place a lightning rod a little ways away. Okay, so I think we got... I think we got a big chunk of this recorded, which is good. The next part is only for multiplayer and only if you're having trouble multiplayer. Is it 2 blocks above the water that the game checks for AFK fishing? Can't quite remember. I think it's 2 blocks. Wiki, don't fail me now. Shift, Alt, F. Okay, fishing. Oh, you also figure out how much loot you get. 2 blocks away horizontally. You must be defined by 4 block high, 15 around, bobber. Resting on the water surface, 2 blocks away horizontally. Blocks above the water source, 2 blocks deep. Okay, so it does need 2 blocks of air. Okay, so I'll make sure that I didn't put this this thing too low. Hey, Hutnix. Welcome in, Mr. Ennen. We're doing quite good. Okay, so all I have to do is talk about the multiplayer block. Let's fit down in here, which what type of music is this? Sounds like scary music. It's called Deep Magma. Probably just get down here and then go into crouching mode with the trapdoor. And then knock out some blocks. Phantoms? Yeah, this little block thing will stop phantoms. Hey, Jawsin. I mean, I could test it. I mean, I tested it in Otherworld, but I can't remember if I turned off phantoms. I try not to turn off phantoms or like wandering traders, because then when I do make farms, sometimes I can think that they're phantom free when they're not. Let's check. Game rule, phantom, disable raid. Let's check for that one. That one's false. I think it's called insomnia or something. Insomnia. Default. Do insomnia. It's set to false though, right? That's not good. Do insomnia. So insomnia should be true, I think. Fire, not fire damage. Do fire. True. What's the other one? Wandering Trader. On. Do. Rolls. Well, I think I'll work. I'll test it, I guess. It should. As long as the player has the majority of, like this, I think it's just the center of their head has to be over top of it. If they were in this block, and then it wouldn't work. But here... Yeah, the funny thing is, since they added the bouncy beds, it's like bouncy beds here now when you're on the edge of the bed. I thought that was gonna like make the farm act weird, but it's fine. Okay, let's talk about the next part. Need this. We also need some critters, redstone, torch, labs. Look at my pictures. Can't remember how many. I think I maybe put like eight rows of 8 computers in each row. So this is how you should build as well as run the AFK Fish Farm. So this setup works for single player as well as in multiplayer. Unless you're in a multiplayer server where you have a really bad connection to the server, in which case you want to do build this farm just like so, and give it a try. If you're having too much problems, in which case you still would want to build this farm and go ahead and just run it. But if you happen to come back and find your player clicking on this chest here without the rod, without the bobber out underneath of the boat, and you reset it, and then you refix it, and this happens a few times, then there's a couple things you can do to fix this. Now the easiest thing you can do is come down here and change the delay to this repeater here. Set this one to 3 ticks, as well as set this one to 3 ticks. Or you can even try 4 ticks. The longer delay just means that the trapdoor will stay open for a longer time, meaning that even though you don't have a connection to the server, you're still able to click on it when your connection comes back again. We'll play around with those 2 repeaters there. But if you're still having trouble running this farm on a multiplayer server, then this next step is for you, where we're going to place in a clock. We're going to come down here, replace this block with a trapdoor. Don't let the water go down. And then we're just going to come down here. We're going to come to this back corner over here and remove this block and place in a top trapdoor like so. We'll just hop down here. So in the back corner of the farm, we're going to come over here and place this block instead with a trapdoor that's on the bottom. Come in here, open this up and close it, and this will put us in crawling mode. Now we're down inside where there's redstone. We remove this block. You can see redstone I put in earlier. What we're going to do is we're going to put a clock over here. So the first thing we do is we're going to continue this redstone by making it go this direction, then down one, the redstone dust there, and then back up one, the redstone dust there. So you want to find this block as well as this redstone dust. We're going to come over here and knock out 2 blocks over here, and on the back side of this, we're going to knock out this block, and we want this block to be a solid block with a torch on the back side. We want that torch going into this redstone here, and then we want it to go down and into this redstone here. Then we're going to go on the opposite side of this torch here. We're going to knock out these blocks, and we're going to place in a redstone dust here as well as here. Now we're going to come over here and push and have a comparator point into that block there. We're going to stand on top of this comparator and point one going the opposite direction. Both these comparators together with these 2 redstone dust here are going to produce a fade clock that slowly fades, and when it's completely gone, it resets itself with the torch in the back. So currently we made ourselves a clock, but we want this clock to last longer, so we're going to go ahead and remove these blocks here. And then we're going to come back and place in comparators going away from it. Total of 4 of them. And we're going to remove four more blocks going that direction as well as over here. And we're going to place in 4 more comparators going this direction. Then these 2 blocks removed, and they're going to connect up to this redstone dust. Then we're going to take these comparators back again, going the opposite direction. Total of 8 more on this side, so they connect up with this redstone. Now we got a small comparator clock right here, and then we got a really big slow one over there. And with this system, And what this comparative clock system does is if you happen to go out of sync with the fish farm over here, so let's say you did catch a fish, but your player lagged right when the trapdoor flickered, so you missed clicking on it, and you end up stuck in this position here. The machine will automatically notice that you have been clicking. The machine will automatically notice that you have been catching fish for a while, and it will reset the system by flickering the trapdoor just one time. And by having this comparative clock being really slow, it shouldn't interfere with your normal fishing. If you ever, but if you do notice this clock accidentally stopping you from, but if you do notice the big clock interfering with your normal fishing, you can always add in more comparators. Woo! Okay, I think we got the majority of it recorded. Johnson says, but they can also fly in from the side. Yeah, the little overhang here doesn't stop the phantoms from attacking you. What it does is it stops them from spawning in to start with. Because the game only spawns in phantoms if you have access to sky. This is how my phantom farm work. Okay, I guess we can talk about what fishing rod you want. So when you're fishing here, you obviously want to have the best fishing rod, being Lure 3, Luck of the Sea 3, Unbreaking so it lasts longer, and Mending so every time you catch something, the XPs will automatically repair it so it can last. You can fish, you could actually fish indefinitely. You can fish forever. Did we get any good? I think those are all considered trash loot. Yeah. Treasure are these things here. Okay. Let's look at what type of items you can expect. So I ran this for about 4 hours. Let me just look at this, see if there was anything missing. Could have put another piece of wool here. Something there could activate it. Other than that, the sides are all closed off. Yeah, I can't see anything that I forgot. Okay. Let's move this loot. Into here. Okay, that could go into there. So after AFK fishing for 4 hours, I got these 3 double chests worth of amazing loot. Okay, so we gotta start. I think I'm gonna count. I'm gonna count how much like treasure it is and how much. Did I say 3 hours or 4 hours? Move Lily.
4.
4, okay. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll figure out how much it is. Like how much I'm gonna split them up to the 3 category or should split them up into 2. Maybe thanks for the drink up this loud. Try to think how I should present this information. I could talk about the bamboo thing, because that's in Java 2 now. Maybe I should just take something out, like take the fish out and just divide it by 4. And then put it into a new chest. That'd be a little bit tedious. But it would be cool. Kind of show like, hey, this is how much like fish you would expect to get. Okay, so we have 8 stacks. We put 2 in, that's half. Then I cut this into 4s, put that in there. This fish. Also go see like which ones get the most. So this one's a little bit harder. What's that divided by 4? I have to start doing calculator stuff. Have you got any brain whizzes in chat that can add those all up and divide by 4 in their head? Okay, it's like a little bit less than. What's the next big thing that we get a lot of? Probably the. I mean, I could grab more than one thing at a time, I guess. It doesn't get too confusing. That's the last fish. Okay, so it's about this. Yeah, pretty close. Doesn't have to be perfect, just kind of an illustration. Actually quite a bit so far just for 1 hour. Okay, so let's grab other random stuff. The non-stackable stuff. Red flash. You have to remember that some of the stuff is considered the good loot. The good loot. Well, you get around 4 hours. Okay, ink sacks and how much bamboo? Bamboo is 9% chance of playing as the bulls. 1 bamboo. Ink sacks. 2. Here, I guess. Ink sack. Oh, yeah. There. About 2 of these. Bamboo. Slot says the video of this farm will go uploaded in a few days. Yeah, probably next Saturday. Because we're currently in the pre-release kind of we're in the pre-release area of the 1.20 snapshots, and when they do pre-releases, they upload them not necessarily on Wednesdays. So probably this upcoming week they might be, like 2 or 3 pre-releases, and I'll probably put that into like 2 videos. And because I don't know if they're gonna put one out on Friday, I don't upload on Friday, so just less risky. I'll just upload it on Saturday.
Ray, the Ocelot is making the thumbnails here.
Say again?
The guy named Ocelot making the thumbnails
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, he's trying to make the thumbnail for this AFK Fish Farm.
So I worked with him and I finished the thumbnail. You wanna see?
Oh yeah, post it in my Discord. Okay, we now need 1/4 of these. Do that. So there's 18, 20, 22, 24. That's 6. Let me know if my math is wrong. Stuff is probably fishing poles. Trying to do the least important things, most important. The books are most important. Bows are probably second important. Okay. We got 3 times 9 is 27, 28, 29, so 30, 29, or we can say 28. What's 28 divided by 4? 6, 7? I think it's 7. Listen for now. Put some variety. People can kind of see. Back. Can also get mending.
Ray, you can look on the media share if you want.
Can't click on what?
You can look on the media share.
Oh, media share?
Yeah.
Is that what you said? Okay, that's 7 of them. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not quite what Osla, not quite what we discussed.
Because I made that.
Yeah,
You're making it on Photoshop.
I
make it on Illustrator.
we could talk about it later, I guess.
Yeah,
Kind of like the one that me and Oslat made for a few reasons. Okay, 2 bows. Okay, so we got 18, 20, 22, 24. So divide by 4 would be 6. Well, we might have to move some stuff around. Just kind of. Oh. Fix this in. Have a mending one yet? We do have mending. And then books. Did you want to explain your thumbnail why you made it that way?
What do you mean?
What was the thinking behind making your thumbnail look like that?
Like, I needed to the system make it more in the front. Like, it must be in the front so I can see like what's the system.
Hmm.
It's more important than the other artifacts of the thumbnail.
You're talking about like showing the redstone. It's important.
Yeah.
Okay, 24 of these. That means we need 6 of these. We could move this up here. Oh, that's a crazy one. We haven't meant to. Okay, I think I'll put a mending one in there. Hmm. Where do they hide the mending? Okay. Looks pretty good for this. There are 4 different types of fish. 6 different types of treasure loot. Oh, cocoa beans is. The better condition only. Okay. Okay. Lily pad, boo, holes, normal fish, leather, boo. Ink stack. Got those. And, okay, I think that. That's what you can expect in 1 hour. Let's record this. Oh yeah, let's get rid of the. Up. Okay, let's record. So on average, each hour you should expect a little over 2 stacks of cod, about a stack of salmon, half a stack of pufferfish, ten tropical fish, and since we are using the luck of the sea, we purposely aren't getting very many of the junk loot. You get like 1 rotten flesh, 1 leather, 1 string, 1 stick, 1 bone, 1 tripwire hook, 2 bowls, 2 ink sacs, 3 lily pads, 1 leather boot, 1 water bottle, 1 non-enchanted fishing rod, and if you're fishing in a jungle biome, you could also get bamboo. We also purposely have and with the luck of the sea, we also get more of the treasure loot. So around 6 saddles per hour. Seven enchanted fishing rods, which can have a wide range of different enchantments. You can even find a perfect one. You can even find a perfect one that has mending, unbreaking, luck of the sea, as well as lure being level 3s, as well as lure 3. Same story for the bows. You also get 6 enchanted bows. You also get around 6 enchanted bows, which have a wide variety of levels, which have a wide variety of enchantments. You get some really nice ones with like infinity and high level of power. You can even find some with mending. You can even find mending and breaking ones. Treasure loot also includes the name tags. You get around 7 of those, as well as 6 knowledge shells. But the main thing people AFK fish for is the enchanted books, as you can get almost every single different type of enchantment, as you can get almost every single type of book from just AFK fishing. Let's figure out which ones you can get, or which ones you can't get. Treasure. Oh. Where's the book? Number 3. Treasure. Wait, you can get enchanted books brought by raiding villagers for Bedrock Edition? What? Why don't they have that for Java? Be pretty cool. Hey, Looky, welcome in. If you guys are new to the stream, make sure you guys are following by hitting that heart button. Doesn't cost you anything. You'll get some free emotes. Gained from enchanting table. Okay. Which ones? Which ones can we not get from fishing? Is it just soul speed, swift sneak? Hey, Cosmic Piggy. Pain is a treasure chest. Should have a fishing. Okay, so you can get frostwalker fishing. Check other one. I don't think you can get this one or this one. Okay, it cannot be obtained from chest, fishing, or trading. Fish. This is also okay. So which are ones you cannot get from enchanting? Mending? Mending's the main one you can't get from enchanting. Or crossbow. Okay. But you can get every single enchantment in the game except for soul speed and swift sneak. But it does mean you can get ones that you can normally get. But it does mean you can get books that you can normally not. But it does mean you can get books that you normally can't get from enchanting tables. Including Frostwalker as well as Mending. Mending probably be in the main one people try to go for when using this farm. Alrighty. Talked about everything else. That's good. Wonder how many like catches that is per hour. Like how many different items we got here. Let's add these up. 7, 13, 13 plus 9 and 12, 22, 29 plus 13, 444, 3600 divided by 404. Means you catch something average every 9 seconds. Okay. I guess it can makes kind of sense. With this farm, with this farm, on average, you catch something every 9 seconds. Hey, Ploter. Anything else I should talk about the farm? I mean, there's more that I'm gonna forget. What I'll probably do is watch my other farm video. And the stuff I'm missing there, I'll add. So I think what I'll do is I'll try to get this, what we got recorded so far, edited. And then also maybe Wednesday stream will come in, and then whatever parts I noticed that were missing, come in and add those. Like we need material list, and we need obviously like intro and outro. So this is a good start. And hopefully get this video out by next Friday. I think next weekend I'll be gone. If I heal from my injury, I have a family member that wants to do some hiking, so I think next weekend, hopefully, if I heal, I'll be able to take a vacation and do that. That'll probably be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so I probably will. Those 3 streams will probably be gone. If all goes well. But yeah, this is looking good. There's still some things that we gotta do before before making a video out of it. So to figure out what materials are needed for this, and also like a roll download and a schematic, and then thumbnail. Sounds like this allowed, and also a lot of working on a thumbnail. We'll see if we can get that wrapped up for next Friday. Actually, have to be before Friday. The video go out. Well, the video will probably go out Saturday actually. In case there is a update. Well, actually, it can go out Friday. Now that I think about it, I'm gonna be gone anyways. It doesn't matter if there's an update on Friday. I won't be here. But yeah, AFK Fish Farm. I think it's pretty simple. If it wasn't for this fence here, I think it'd look pretty small. Maybe I don't know. Is this allowed? And also, you guys watching? Okay, I think they might have went to bed. They're both from Europe. But oh, that was strange. Oh, is it sliding off the top of it, maybe? Oh. Huh, that's funny how it slides. Slides with it, this slides off. Huh. Kind of how you notice something like that, and then pretty soon you can use it to make some kind of cool trick farm. It all starts by just noticing something unusual. But other than that, redstone is a little bit more complicated. I should probably mention my previous design too in the video. So those are the new farms. I guess I could probably get rid of that one. And here's the old one. But if this part's gone, which it did I guess it'd be pretty simple. I think it's simpler just because it's less redstone. Uses a single monostable single piston. Does use the wax though. 50 hours to get actually opt on the server. How are you sitting there? Still getting closer. This one had 2 collection areas, but I think if you stand a certain way, you don't even need this collection area over here. I could just put it there because once in a while I notice items went that way. They shouldn't really though. This is kind of weird. Just trying to think what type of thumbnail would look good when it comes to the farm part. Like if I remove these fences, and remove that, it might look pretty simple. hopefully get this all finished and recorded for next week. That's the plan. We're gonna find somebody to raid, so stick around. But as I find that person, check out all my social links on screen. Click them all, join them all. Make sure you guys are still follow me here on Twitch, but also subscribe with the bell notification turn on my YouTube channel. The video will be up over there. Hopefully next Friday. Let's see who we can raid. Quite a few people playing Minecraft. Let's raid XP Crafted. He's actually playing some vanilla Minecraft. You guys know who XP is? He is a fellow Hermcraft member and YouTuber. Has a few different series on YouTube channel. The Modded Minecraft. Also plays vanilla Survival on the Hermcraft server. And he streams. Currently streaming it right now. Let's go on over there with the raid and see if we get all 23 of you guys to join in the raid. XP Crafted. As always, when we do these raids, we like to give plenty of hype and excitement to the person we're raiding. If you guys could copy that raid message, we're going to paste it over into their stream. Copy that, Control C, highlighting it, and then we'll do Control V once we get sent over there. XP's up to, looks like he's playing the game, the card game, CCG. Thanks guys so much for joining in. Appreciate all the support. Hopefully I'm able to stream tomorrow, which is Sunday. We're doing supporter server, where we'll be playing on Raise Grid with my supporters, either Patreons, Twitch subs, or Discord.